Okay, how's it going, everybody? I had my buddy Clint stop by my house last night with his 272, and he just wanted me to look at it to make sure that she was okay. Wasn't having any problems with it. Um, the saw, I don't think, has ever been touched as far as mechanically, just been ran since it's been bought. He's the second owner. He got it from a very old guy that is a good friend of his. So I think it's had a pretty easy life. I already did kind of the preliminary stuff. Took side covers off, took the hood off, pulled the coil off just to re-gap it, just because. Why not? Got a sweet little K&N on it. Works pretty good. I got a clean kit for that, so that works. But yeah, I got the preliminary stuff done. The worst part about it is it's got a little bit of carbon buildup. Is really the only bad thing about it. And I mean, you can kind of see. Get a flashlight in here. A little carbony. So I told, and I popped the muffler off. Obviously, I have a plate on it for when I clean it. I don't have crap going in the orifices. But the piston looks amazing. There ain't a single scratch on it. And if you roll it to bottom dead center and look through the intake side of the cylinder, it looks perfectly clean. So I told him it'd be a crying shame to have some carbon wipe out this perfect OEM motor, more than likely. But at the same time, too, the bottom end, it'd be nice to look at it. But like I said, this thing didn't have any problems. We're just doing some preventative maintenance on it. But he said since we're in here, he'd like to try to get a little more out of it. And, without making it reliable or him having to worry about it. So I told him we could just do a little bit of lower transfer work and just kind of clean the ports up just ever so slightly. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And, yeah, so I'm going to prop up and I'm going to start disassembling this thing right now, since I don't really have any videos of me actually working on anything. They're just kind of updates. So hang around if you want to see me pull the top end apart. The 272, that's my 385 I just picked up. She's a process. 391 still, waiting for a cylinder and piston still. But other than that, it's ready to assemble. 562, oh, she's not good. Broken crank. Bad. All those run, thank goodness. That mini Mac runs too, but the pull rope broke on it. That's the only thing holding it up. So, okay, here we go. I'm gonna try this fancy top angle. This Allen right here for this carb bolt here, that's kind of a tight squeeze. So I sacrificed, oh, what is it? I don't even know what it is. Probably 4. Maybe 3.5. Anyways, sacrificed it. Just chopped a little bit off on it. And then I throw it on the ground for good measure. But it really fits this nice. So honestly, for 272, getting this bottom side intake carburetor screw out, bolt, whatever, is probably the worst part of the job. And the most time consuming. Other than that, these things, like I told my buddy last night, I absolutely love working on these. They are so easy to work on. Such good saws. So, and see, even with that trimmed up, it's still kind of getting in the way. So that's the worst part about it. So you might be able, yeah, see, it's the wrong size. Balling kind of grabs it. I think it's out. We're gonna go with it's out. And then this other side, the other side's easy enough to get to. It's easy enough. So I'm just undoing the 2 carb bolts real fast. Just make sure I get them loose. And then get the choke lever off. Pretty simple. It's usually simple. Okay. I just kind of get under it a little bit, and then you can kind of pry it off to the side. Just plastic, pops right out. I just leave it back there. Get it out of my way. Same thing with the throttle linkage here. Kind of get my pickup under it. Pull that out. Tray there for parts. See? Simple as that. And then the fuel line, I am replacing the fuel line because it's kind of squishy and I don't really like it. And it'd be a shame to have a fuel line mess with this. I'm gonna call it a perfect motor because I think it really is perfect. It hasn't been abused. It hasn't been ran hard. My buddy Clint just really isn't the type of guy. He's kind of timid when it comes to mechanical things, to be quite honest. So I don't think this thing has any issues. Hence why we're just pulling it apart to make sure she's fine. Alright, got that one out. That one's being a bug still. Or is it? Oh, they're both out. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so now, ooh, gaskets are stuck. Okay, maybe not. Okay, we'll pull out this last bottom retainer for the carb. And she should just fall right out. That's stiff. Come on, baby. Okay. Grab that little Allen screw. I hope I'm still in frame, damn. And there's a little metal plate, and that sits on top of that plastic. The screw goes down into the case. And that's just your extra insurance policy to retain this curb, I guess. And then after you do that, you can lift it up just enough to pull the bolts out. And chaw, comes out as a unit. Gasket still looks good. Curb looks nice and clean inside. This thing looks really clean inside. It was just the outside that had any form of dirt on it. And it's all just sawdust, so. Okay, carbs off. Easy enough. And then we have our little boot. Ooh, that one is stuck to the cylinder a little bit. Okay. Close out. And now the next thing we can run through. We can run through and pop our top end off now. Oh yeah, that's a good fit. And I don't know why, but I've noticed this is my third 272 I've done. Every screw on this thing is metric except the damn cylinder Allens. They're a 3/16 Allen key. I don't know why out of everything that's standard. Maybe it's like really a 5.5 millimeter or 4 3/4 or something weird. Something weird I don't have. And metric people might go, you idiot, but I just thought that was interesting. Okay, and these things, you know, they're gonna be taut. So, good old wrench, Allen key, still in frame, I hope. Just do one of these numbers on it, if you can reach it. Okay, just nice and easy. I just try to apply small, easy pressure on it. I don't try to reef. You know, it would be horrible to strip out a cylinder screw or break the damn thing off in the case. That would be just devastating. Okay, second hardest part of the job, finding the hole. Most guys know that feeling anyway. Ooh, there it goes. Okay, and I already went through with my air compressor and tried to blow out the bolt holes. This is one thing about Allens I hate is they'll fill up with oil and sawdust. And then you go in there if you don't have them cleaned out, and then just the tip will grab, then you round them out. You're hoop-a-juped already before you even start. So I tried to get down in there. Just like to blow up a basketball or football. This thing works awesome for blowing out bolt holes and cleaning off the saw. You can get right down in there and just blow it. And it can break up most of the oil and junk and stuff. And then you got that sweet little side hole, so it kind of gives you the slurry effect. I don't know. I don't mess around with any other stupid air nozzles anymore than just a good old ball blower upper. Okay, we got them all broke loose now. Gonna run through, drag them out. Magnet, you got to have a magnet. It's like shop rags, you got to have shop rags, you got to have a magnet. I really don't care what you're working on. I'm kind of a weirdo and I always do things kind of in a cross pattern. I don't know if it makes a difference. Well, obviously makes a difference when you're tightening it. I don't know about loosening. I have to play Mr. Fix-It on my CNC laser cutting machine at work a lot. And those things are so particular about bolt sequence, tight, how tight to torque it, and how to loosen it. Everything's so finicky. And I'm kind of anal anyway, so I kind of like it, so I don't know. Got some sawdust plugging up my hole. Come on now. There we go. Okay, uno mas. I'm trying to do this in a somewhat timely fashion. There we go. The head will be off in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Okay. Popped right out. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Quick little really try to eliminate dropping any contaminants in that crankcase if I don't have to. Oh, good. I don't think we're gonna lose that base gasket. Oh, no, we lost it. That's all right. That is all right. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, beautiful. She's pretty. So, yeah, okay. I think we're in line. So, you see the issue? Exactly. There isn't any. Just that carbon buildup. We're just trying to stop issues. I see just that ever so sliding. I can't even grip it. I can barely catch it with my fingernail at the very bottom on the intake side. So, piston looks great. It just ate a couple of fines at one point in its life. Just enough, something, but I'm not worried about that. I don't think Clint will be either. Thing looks pretty good, I think, huh? I mean, there's still cross hatching in some areas of the cylinders, so the top where she really rides, that looks good. So yeah, all I'm gonna do is come in and take out the lip. That lip on the lower transfers, it's really about the only thing I'm gonna do. Just drop it about 1/8 of an inch probably and just smooth it nice, both sides. And the intake side, that port looks beautiful. There's just a little burr at the bottom I could clean up. I would try to rough it up. The exhaust side, let me pull my cover off here. I made these covers for my brother's saw that I did a while back because it was disgustingly dirty. I'm glad I kept them around because they worked pretty good. So the exhaust side, that's just got carbon up in it. But as far as the port goes, that looks good. So that's cool. That looks pretty good. I'll pull you guys down now. Here we go. So here's the bottom end, a little closer shot. Piston. Piston looks pretty good. Ring looks nice. This is the one spot that doesn't look great and it is a little bit chowdery. Right on the edge, so I guarantee I can clean that up. And buff it a little bit. Right there is what that's from. Right? Yeah. So that's the worst spot. And like I said, I can barely feel it with my fingernail. Oh, right there, that is. There it is. Goodness gracious. But you can still see the cross hatching at the bottom. And then the exhaust side, the hot side, I mean, look how pretty that looks. Honestly, what that could have been a small piece of carbon that flaked off and got it. So, I think it's a good thing we're doing it. But now, I'm going to pull this piston off. I think. Well, I kind of have to clean it, I suppose. The rod looks great. Doesn't look like anything's been got hot. I mean, look how clean that is in there. That looks awesome. So I'm gonna pull this piston off, start cleaning stuff up, start doing a little bit of port work, and then I believe I still have one. I do. Shaw. Genuine Husky needle bearing. So that will I'll probably replace that just because if there's going to be anything in there that might be wore out, it's probably going to be that wrist pin bearing. So I think that will be the newest part that goes in the bottom end. Other than that, oh man, I don't know. I think he wants to pull the bottom base gasket, or pull the base gasket. So if he does, oh wow, I just noticed this. Wait a sec. What is going on with that intake gasket? Did I slide that? There's no way I slid that, right? No way I slid that. That's funky. Oh, dang, that right there is a huge impedance on your airflow. Oh, shit. Okay, cool. Well, another good thing we pulled apart. All right, 21 minutes. That's insane. All right, thanks for watching. If you watched, if you didn't know, now you know. There you go. These things, so easy to work on. If you can find them, get them.